Terrifying floods suddenly engulfed streets in Tenerife as Storm Therese unleashed chaos, trapping vehicles, submerging towns, and putting lives at risk.
Que venga Agualia y abra las alcantarillas. Pobre.
No, pero que se quede ahí hasta que... Mira.
¡Madre mía, madre mía, madre mía, madre mía!
Ahora mismo dispara con olas.
A powerful weather system, Storm Therese, has swept across the Canary Islands, triggering unprecedented flooding and widespread disruption. The islands of Tenerife and Gran Canaria have been hit hardest, leaving residents and authorities scrambling to respond to the deluge. Streets have turned into rivers, buildings have been submerged, and key infrastructure has been severely affected.
¡Hostia puta!
In Puerto de la Cruz, one of Tenerife's most iconic towns, dramatic scenes unfolded as torrential rain transformed streets into fast-moving waterways. A public bus was suddenly caught in the surge, forcing passengers and bystanders to brace against the force of the water. Remarkably, no injuries were reported, but the images circulating on social media highlight just how perilous the situation became. Entire neighborhoods, including the historic Plaza del Charco, were inundated with water pouring into homes, shops, and public spaces. Nearby towns also faced severe flooding, and Santa Úrsula, overflowing drainage systems struggled to cope with the sheer volume of rain, while Tacoronte, particularly the coastal area of Mesa del Mar, saw streets and buildings submerged as water surged uncontrollably. Residents documented scenes of rivers and ravines spilling over, with some waterways carrying levels of water not witnessed in decades. Los Realejos experienced similar chaos. Neighborhoods like Toscal Longuera were overwhelmed as strong currents swept through streets, making travel impossible. In Valle de Guerra, locals reported watching ravines swell rapidly, with water tearing through streets at an alarming pace, leaving destruction in its path. Even Santa Cruz de Tenerife, the island's capital, faced intense rainfall, with up to 15 liters per square meter falling in only 10 minutes. flash floods formed almost instantly, overwhelming drainage systems and forcing water to surge through urban areas. Roads in the Anaga region became impassable due to flooding and landslides, and public institutions, including the Faculty of Journalism at the University of La Laguna, experienced significant water damage, demonstrating the storm's widespread impact.
¡Madre mía, mira, 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 mira! Y el rojo también, que sube. ¡Ay, Dios mío, no! Se queda trancado allí. ¡Ah! Mira, mira lo que tengo. Una máquina para que quite esa tierra de ahí, la piedra y todo lo que pueda.
On Gran Canaria, authorities faced a similarly urgent situation. Cities such as Arucas, Telde, and Las Palmas were battered by overnight rain, causing garages to flood, streets to close, and rivers to swell. In vulnerable coastal and inland areas such as Bañaderos and El Risco de Moya, fast-moving water flowed rapidly toward the sea, heightening the risk of further flooding. Residents in communities like Arteara and Fataga were advised to remain indoors, while emergency crews worked tirelessly to clear debris and protect homes.
¿Ves? La carretera arriba está full. Mira cómo baja, en cascada.
Meteorological authorities issued orange and red warnings for multiple zones, emphasizing that further rainfall is expected. Although conditions improved slightly in some locations, the risk of flash flooding persists. Emergency services remain on high alert, monitoring rivers, ravines, and urban drainage systems to prevent additional incidents.
No todo el barranco, mi madre, ahora sí, ahora sí, ahora sí tenemos barranco, se destaponó todo.
Despite the extensive flooding, destruction, and disruption, there is some relief. No casualties have been reported so far. Yet the ferocity of Storm Therese underscores the raw power of nature and how quickly conditions can deteriorate. Residents of the Canary Islands are now left to assess the damage, clean up, and brace for the potential return of severe weather.
Voy a bajar de Therese y subí. Esto está hecho una mierda. Hoy sí ha llovido agua, macho. Esto es increíble, qué fuerte.